Alright, what's up guys? It's Luis Pineda here. I just wanted to give pretty much a quick explanation of what my channel is going to be about. I am also known as GM6 Loops on Instagram. So pretty much in this channel, I'm going to be building my GM6 or my 1998 Subaru Impreza 2.5 RS coupe. So pretty much what's going to be going in the process is I'm trying to shoot for 400 450 in the end, but mainly I'll be doing some DIYs on like anything in the general I'll be doing to the car. So if it'll be like injectors, I'll do DIYs on that. I know I'm doing my engine mounts, fuel rails. I'm doing a turbo upgrade as well. I'm actually picking up the turbo today, and I'm gonna do an external wastegate, up pipe, and maybe doing some other stuff. I'm really trying to do a forged bottom end. I really want to do a stage 3 IAG block if I can, if the funds ever come so yeah, I'm just pretty much just explaining what I'm going to be doing. So yeah, this channel is pretty much going to be me in my car. I mean, every now and then I might put some life vlogs about maybe some interesting stuff I'm doing within the week or the weekend. Don't really have much time. I just recently scored another job, so I'm gonna be trying to upload as much as I can. I know it can be kind of difficult sometimes to actually upload like on the daily or like every week, so I'm really gonna try my best. As far as like my car goes, I'll be uploading as much as I can regarding as to like what mods I need to be doing to the car or what I can find for my car to actually make it different or make it look cooler, whatnot. Yeah, because I am trying to get the GM6 resprayed next year. I'm still contemplating what color. It's sitting over there. I'm either contemplating black, white, or World Rally Blue. I know World Rally Blue is like so overplayed, whatever people say, it's such an overrated color, but yeah, it's either between those three colors, the black, white, or World Rally Blue. But yeah, I mean, as far as that goes, I'll give you guys a quick walk around on my 2.5 RS and pretty much tell you guys what's all done to it and what mods it has, how I bought it, so on and so forth, because I did buy the car pretty much swapped. The reason why is because I did have a yellow RS. It was a coupe. That one started off as a silver like SP, I don't know, I can't remember what the name of that color was, but it was the silver. That one was 2000. It was a 2001, I believe, or 2000. It was a 2000 2.5 RS coupe in silver. That's what it started its life out as, and pretty much like I did just like aesthetic mods on it. Didn't really do anything on the engine. Pretty much put like a JDM wing, tails, bumper. I didn't put spats on that one. I did wheels, coilovers, so on and so forth. So yeah, I did start off pretty much with that. And it was, I mean, those NA motors, like, they're really fun, don't get me wrong. They're very torquey as they are, those single cams, but I just wanted more power. And like as I started looking into like the whole swap and stuff and like seeing like what I needed to do, I was like, shoot, well, I'm gonna need to get another daily, and I didn't really have money to get another daily, so I was like, it's not really gonna be probably worth my time to try swapping it. Meanwhile, I had a job to keep, you know. So I ended up selling that and I had gone on my Mark 7 Golf R, which was a huge mistake. It was a really fun car. I remember it had its stage 2 everything pretty much, and it was on the Cobb stage 2 map. It was pushing like 29 pounds or something like that. It was a really quick car, but I ended up scoring my current RS right now. I got it swapped. It was a 2.5 hybrid at first, but the engine went out literally probably 3 days after owning the car. Did a few pulls on it. I did find out why the engine went out on me, which is kind of weird though, because it didn't explode or anything like that. It didn't blow up on me. It literally just started knocking. I found some dyno sheets in the glove box compartment on the passenger side, and turns out my car had some pretty good stuff in it. Had an FP68 or HTA68 turbo, and turns out it was tuned on E85, and the owner never told me, so I right away just put 91 octane in it and did a few pulls on the second day I owned it, because at first I just drove it back home. I just wanted to get it home, whatever. Second day drove it, did a few pulls, was running fine, and then the third day is when pretty much I took it to work, got temp tag or whatnot, and Yeah, that motor started knocking on me probably on the way back from work. I was literally just cruising after, because I'd done a few pulls that same day. Because one of my coworkers, he loves Subarus. Like he has a Forester with like a Blausch 2.5 XCR. Like this dude loves Subarus. Um, so I was giving him like a few rides and stuff, and yeah, I ran fine. Just pretty much parked my car, turned it off, went back to work. I always thought that the piston noise was normal because I know when you have forged pistons or forged internals, well, mainly the pistons, they're pretty noisy. So every time the car would turn on and it'd be idling, you just hear like the piston slap pretty much, or whatever it's called. I'm not sure if it'd be considered piston slap or what, but you know, like forged pistons were really noisy. So I thought that that noise was just the pistons being forged and just being normally noisy. So I'm not sure if that had to do with either 91 octane or if the engine was already going out, but it was pretty noisy. The cold off flag. Sorry, it's like my friend's place, so it's garage ain't really in mine, so I don't really have the proper setup around here. But yeah, I had that piston noise ever since I had gone in the car, and I thought it was normal, so I just kind of just drove it like that. And pretty much when I got out of work, turned the car on, regular piston slap noise, whatever, and then started driving it. And probably 5 to 10 minutes after driving the car, started hearing intermittent knocking. It was just literally just, and I'd just be driving for like a minute later, and I'd hear it again. And what I first thought was going on was, I thought I was scraping something on the street. Like I thought maybe like one of the spats had came loose, or like something on the other undercarriage had came loose. So I ended up pulling over, and then as soon as I get out the car, I heard that noise just coming straight from the engine. I was like, oh, it's all right. I was like, I guess my freaking 2.5 hybrid's out. I was like, that's fucking great. So I ended up popping the hood and go outside and call my friend up, because this is my first time I had gone actually a Subaru that started knocking on me. It's the first time. I called him up and I was like, hey, what do you suggest me doing? And this dude pretty much was like try not to drive it. But he's like, if you're gonna drive it, just know you're not gonna be able to reuse anything. And I was like, all right, well, I don't really want to rebuild another 2.5, especially a hybrid. I didn't want to rebuild it. I just wanted to just get another 2.5, just like I said, it's stage 3 block. And pretty much I just drove it until it died on me. Literally as soon as I called my friend, I had my car off and I turned the car on, and then instead of it being intermittent knocking, it was just straight knocking, just like it was so bad. Like I have videos of it on my Instagram. It was horrible. Like it just like it's such a bad noise. Like I don't wish that upon any Subaru owner or any owner in general. Like raw knock just sounds so fucking horrible. Like yeah, I mean, fortunately for me, I had funds for another motor, so yeah, I'll talk about pretty much like what's in the car right now when I step up to it. But yeah, I had the hybrid in there. Ended up going out of me. I did sell the heads. The heads apparently, because Subaru Performance had built the car, so the heads were the JDM 207 big port Spec C heads. So those heads I ended up selling it to one of my coworkers. He gave me a pretty good chunk of money for those. I just didn't want to keep those heads because I didn't want to do hybrid anymore. Like I just want to keep it strict 2.5. So I'm probably gonna get B25 or D25 heads and just disable the AVCS because I have an O2 WRX harness in there that's merged. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go walk up to my car now and then show you guys what's going on. Cool. Alright, so here she is, my 98 Impreza 2.5 RS Coupe. So as far as bodywork goes, this thing needs a ton of bodywork. Well, yeah, it does need a lot. It has a lot of dents everywhere. It's got some quarter panel rust. I mean, It's pretty minor for now. There's actually a hole on this side. Gonna have to just tape it up for a little bit, just so that way water doesn't keep getting in there. But yeah, it does need some body work for sure. I'm just trying to get the performance part of it pretty much set up first, and then once I get that all nice and set, then I'll be working on getting the body work done. As far as exterior mods go, let's see what we have here. So I have the JDM clear corners. That front mount right now is just for show until I get it piped in. Once I get it actually piped in, then get a tune or whatnot. I'm trying to do everything together, that's why I haven't piped it in. I really want to do my whole setup and stuff and just get everything done all at once, because I feel like it'd be kind of a waste of my money and a waste of time to just pipe in the intercooler and get a tune and then get another retune. And yeah, so I also have the JDM grill, has the green STI badge on it. It's still on the original 5-spoke Goldies. And you can see the brakes there, so I need to refinish these. The guy that had these last curb rashed them, so it has the JDM 4 pots in the front and it has the JDM 2 pots in the rear, so you'll see. And I do have the JDM spats as well, or aero guards. I used to call these aero spats on the GC forums, and people would get so butthurt about that. So yeah, my aero spats. And then here I have the 2 pots in the back, and so far you can see all that curb rash I need to fix on my wheels. So once I get that fixed, then I'll probably get them repainted, resprayed. It's running an offset set of tires, so the guy was running 215s in the back and then 205s in the front, and I kind of left it like that because right now my torque split is 35 front, 65 rear, so I don't feel like it'd be actually affecting the diff. I may be wrong though. I've been running it like this since I got the car and haven't really had any issues. The only issue I'm having with my actual drivetrain is my 5th gear starting to pretty much pop itself out of gear, so I'm gonna need new synchros. So here I have the aero guard and then the rear spats. So I have rear spats on this. As far as exhaust goes, it is a Pro Drive. It's the axle back. I got a custom mid pipe made for it. It is resonator. It has no resonator, so it's deleted. But as far as the exterior goes, that should be pretty much it. The guy did have some roof mounts for like roof rails and stuff, and a roof rack mounted on there, so he actually had drilled into the body, and I took him out, and pretty much the plastic weather trimming here just kept wanting to pop off, so I had to keep putting tape, and in the end I was just like, it's not even worth putting tape all the time, so I just ended up taking them off. So yeah, and here we have the engine bay. As far as pretty much what's going on here for the whole setup, SPT intake, stock WRX intercooler, VF39. I have the STI or WRX actually, the dark blue 565cc injectors. I'm running the Cobb Stage 3 VF39 91 octane map on it because I just didn't want to get a tune for it yet because I was trying to go external wastegate, and so far it's been running good. Hasn't been giving me any issues or anything. Optima battery, if you would call that a mod or whatever. There is no AC. The guy had to leave the AC prior to me, so I have no AC, which really sucks, especially here in Colorado. It gets pretty damn hot over here, believe it or not. It gets like maybe 80s to lower 90s here. It's been pretty hot lately. So yeah, as I was saying, yeah, that intercooler is not piped in, so once I get my whole setup going, it's all gonna be working together. So have a JDM GCA carbon fiber strut bar. I got it from some guy named Orlando. He's a really cool guy on Facebook. You'll find him on the GC8 forums on Facebook, if anything. He really hooks it up on parts, like, believe it or not. I got the strut bar and the JDM rainbow fog lights, which I have inside. I got that and the fog lights for like $280, so that's a steal because those fog lights themselves go for like almost like $300 if you find them used. So definitely hit up Orlando. I think it's like Orlando or Teague or something like that, but you'll see him posting every once in a while. He's a really cool guy. So yeah, just pretty much hit him up if you ever see him posting anything. Yeah, just give him a shout. So BC coilovers all the way around. I have the little pretty much extenders for the rear, so you can actually adjust the dampening without having to take out the back seat or whatever. And we do have an NVIDIA downpipe. It's catless right now. I'm gonna keep it catless. I don't have a bung for a wideband. I do need to get a wideband for it because my tuner cannot tune without a wideband, and obviously using the Cobb access port to read your AFR readings, it's not accurate. So yeah, I just ordered my wideband. It's an AEM wideband. I think it's like the 030-0300, the X series. Just ordered that. I'm gonna have to pretty much make that fit into my vacuum cluster, which yeah, it's gonna suck, but yeah, I'm gonna have to trim and whatnot, make it fit solid. I'm kind of like, I'm a perfectionist, so I just really want it to like look good. I wanted to fit like spot on into like the spot or the slot, you know. Yeah, and I forgot the radiator. It's a Gimmick Motorsports radiator. It is leaking from the driver's side a little bit, so I either need to get that re-welded or just get another radiator. I was thinking about getting a coil rad, which I might end up doing, or just having my friend weld it, because he's gonna weld a tile cube blow-off valve flange onto my intercooler piping. So if he does that, I might just have him actually weld like the little piece where it's like pretty much leaking from on the radiator. And yeah, I didn't really get into like the main actual like engine portion. So as far as the engine goes, I did end up swapping this with a EJ205, so it's the USDM WRX motor with no AVCS on it, because this harness is an O2 WRX harness that was merged into GC. The wire harness merge was done by iWire, as you can see right there. It was built by Super Performance, so that's why they have the sticker on there. I talked to Troy, he knows a lot about this car. This car had wide body fenders before. It was so ugly. They had like massive fitment issues, but yeah, so put an EJ205 on it. The S20 heads were freshly rebuilt. My homie hooked it up with the heads, and his friend actually had the 205 just chilling in there. So pretty much the block had like I think it was like 121 or 141K on it, and the heads are freshly rebuilt. So yeah, it's been running pretty good ever since. No smoking. It was smoking at first, probably like a month or two after driving it, because it had the TD04. Turns out the TD04 was smoking, so that's why I'm on a VF39, because I was like, you know what, since I need to get another turbo, I was like, I would just try to find a VF39, and then I found the VF39 injectors and so on and so forth. So I do have the intercooler, but it is for sale. I'm trying to see if I actually could sell it up as like a whole setup with the VF39. I'm gonna have to sell the turbo inlet, because the turbo that I'm getting has an 84 mil cold side, so it's gonna have pretty fat inlet right there, so I need to sell this. So this is off of a Legacy, so that's why that it's hitting kind of right here at the power steering line. So I mean, I don't know, it fit my car. Not sure if it'll fit other people's with like GDs, but it is a Legacy one, just a heads up. So I'm gonna be selling the inlet, the VF39, the 565 injectors, and then the SCI intercooler when I pretty much do my whole setup going on, get the turbo and all that stuff out there. So yeah, EJ205 drivetrain. It is a 5-speed GC8 STI transmission. So this one has the 444 rear end or final drive. So it has a 444, has DCCD. It's not hooked in right now though, so it's splitting my torque 35% to the front and then 65 to the rear, which is what I was saying about like those tires. I'm not sure if it's a myth, or I really haven't really seen too many people talking about like the whole splits and stuff and seeing if it would affect your diffs, but I've been running it since and it hasn't been giving me any issues. So yeah, that's pretty much it as far as like the engine bay goes. So we will move on to the interior. All right, so here we have the interior. It's pretty much stock RS. It has the 2000 RS interior because the previous owner, he had really, I guess, a quote unquote nice setup if he wouldn't have chopped up the door cards, but he had version 4 STI seats in here, and he had the actual matching rear seats as well, but I kind of didn't like the way it looked because I changed out the door cards, because it did have the 98, the original 98 door cards on it, but the guy had chopped up this speaker cover and put like a fiberglass molding on it, Like the speaker was like mounted like all the way over here, so there was like that much gap, and it just looked really ricey. So I ended up pretty much taking out the door cards and swapped out the speakers and whatnot. So yeah, so there's that. And I do have a switch on this. This is for my remote start, because as remote start, I got it hooked in there. Pretty much just bypass the clutch switch. Whenever I leave it in gear, I turn it off, so that way it doesn't engage. And whenever it isn't in gear, I leave it on, so I could just turn it on when it's in neutral. Because I thought this was a smart idea to just put a switch in there, because sometimes when you park uphill, you can't trust your handbrake or your parking brake to just keep it held in there, so you just turn it off. And if you accidentally press the button, like if you sit down or something, it won't turn on. So yeah, because a lot of people have asked me like, yo, like how do you even like have that remote start working? And that's pretty much how I have it working right now. That's how it's set up. It's been working for me. If you do end up setting up a remote start on it, that's probably the best way to do it, in my opinion. So I mean, you could do a switch where like it runs into the actual like shifter, and it like if the shifter hits it or whatever, it won't turn on. You could do that too, but this I found simpler. And I know whenever I don't leave it in gear, or if I know that I'm gonna leave the car somewhere where they're gonna work on it or something, I will leave that off, so that way they don't accidentally leave it in gear and turn it on. So yeah, moving on, we have an STI steering wheel. I'm not sure if this is the GD or the GC one, because there's two different ones. There's the one that has the red stitching and it has the silver logo on it too, but it's like aluminum. It's like actual like aluminum, and it's like shiny or whatnot. So I'm not sure this is a GC or a GD steering wheel. So let me actually sit in here. And as far as the cluster goes, this is a GC8 STI cluster with the DCCD right here. I had a few friends tell me like, yo, is that an automatic cluster? I'm like, no, it's just DCCD. It pretty much tells you your splits or whatnot. So yeah, GC8 STI cluster there. And these are the vacuum gauges I was talking about. So you have pretty much oil pressure. So it's vacuum, volt, and then I guess there's no oil pressure on this one. It's just the temperature of the oil. So yeah, I'm gonna probably fit the wideband where the vacuum one is at, and I'm gonna have to trim the actual bezel, because it's a 52 mil, I think that's what the size is, 52 or 54 mil, something like that. So I'm gonna have to trim this out and make it fit. And knowing me, I'm gonna have a great time doing this, because I love having things sit flush. Like I love making things look as OEM as possible. So yeah, so that's gonna be fun. Moving on, just touchscreen radio, pretty cool. I mean, basic, whatever. Like I can see my GPS and stuff through the screen. STI piston shift knob. I do not recommend if you drive in places that get extremely hot. This will burn the hell out of you. It's burned me quite a few times. Like when I'm shifting, I kind of shift like this. I'm like, oh, like, you know, to try not burn myself. But really cool shifter knob for sure. It's pretty unique. Don't have a shifter boot on it right now, because the guy that had it before had like a, I don't know what it was. It was like some type of cloth material. It wasn't even like hooked into the actual like console itself. Like it was just laid on there. Because my guess is because since this shifter, when I got the car, I literally just fixed it probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was leaning to the right like that. So it looked like this pretty much when it was in neutral. And to go into first, pretty much first was like going into third. And then it was like fourth gear was like my second gear. And then fifth gear was my third gear. And then pretty much reverse was my fourth gear, and fifth gear looked like it was like all the way over here, and it was like fifth. So my guess is that he took off the boot and put that over it, well, because it was just so far off that it was probably pulling on the boot itself. So that is my guess right there. So right now there's no shifter boot. It kind of sucks because I feel the heat coming out through here too. Not fun at all. So I was gonna go to the junkyard today and see if I could get the boot, but I'll probably end up going this weekend to get that. Not sure if I'm gonna make a vlog about it, about going to the junkyard. I mean, I guess I can, but yeah, I'm gonna end up going this weekend to get the shifter boot thing. Might just get the whole little trim piece with the boot. So yeah, so that's that. I did fix the neutral thing, but so I need to pop out of 5th gear still. I was hoping that would help out, but I need a synchro replacement trans rebuild pretty much. So yep. And I have these buttons right here, which are, I'm not sure if they came in the JDM GCs or what, but there's like winter and there's normal, and then there's cruise control right here. I don't have cruise control, so that doesn't work. But looks like this is for the wipers, maybe for the rear wiper, I'm not sure. I don't have a rear wiper on the car, but I definitely do want to get that glass with the rear wiper from Peterbilt. That'd be pretty sick. Like, I think that's so convenient. I think every car should have a rear wiper. Like, I understand some people just want like the flush look, but I think a rear wiper looks pretty sick. So yeah, that's just my opinion, my 2 cents. So if you don't like it, oh well, I freaking love it. And then I have passenger airbag delete, because why not? I mean, I like the extra storage. Like, it really does come in handy. Like, having that extra storage, it really does come in handy. So I did that. I wish I would have had this GoPro, so I could have done a vlog on that, but I didn't have it, so I couldn't make a vlog on it. Pretty much, if you want to do that airbag, you have to take out the dash. People tell me that you don't have to take out the dash. I could not figure out a way to get the bolt. There's like a screw pretty much like in the back of here and here pretty much, and the only way to get to it is by taking out the dash, because if you take apart this whole glove box thing, pretty much like the core and stuff is like in the way. Like this like heater, the heater box with like the actual how you call it, like the blower motor, it's all in the way, so there's no way to get to those bolts in the back. So I ended up taking out the dash to actually get that done. So I would say typical install time would probably be anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, if that. It didn't take me too long to do. So yep, so that's that. Back seats, there's nothing in the back seats. Have has some initial D-action here. Has a tint strip from the previous owner, and then I got the sunroof. It's pretty dirty. I still need to clean the headliner or repaint it. I want to repaint it black. I think that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it as far as interior goes. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. All right, so that pretty much sums up the vlog for the day. I forgot to mention suspension actually. So I do have a Cusco subframe brace for the front. The one that actually bolts up to the bottom of the cross members. Have that subframe brace, and I do have a rear Cusco V strut towers. So pretty much it as far as suspension goes. STI control arms. I think they might be the GC8 ones. So STI control arms, and as far as I know, it doesn't have any like anti-roll links or whatever. So, or a thicker sway bar. I don't think it has a thicker sway bar. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That sums up the video for today. Hopefully I could be making more content, like pretty much like frequently, because I just, like I said, it's just kind of hard to find a lot of time nowadays, especially with like work, since I work like 11 hours a day, which really sucks. And I have 2 days off in the week, and one is a weekday, which is today, and then one is a weekend day, which really sucks. But yeah, I try to upload as much as I can. Picking up the turbo tonight, so I'll probably end up putting a video that somewhere in the middle of this right here, me picking up the turbo, or I might just make it its own video when I go pick it up. So stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned for the turbo and the whole install video, because it's a lot of stuff I'm putting on the car. I'm not gonna be making much horsepower since it's a 205 block, but it's a lot of stuff I'm gonna be doing, and hopefully like it can teach you guys something. I'm gonna record everything as it is. Like, if I struggle to get the inlet on, I'm gonna post that. I'm gonna post it, because I just want to show you guys that, you know, this is the real world. Like, I don't want to make it seem like everything's easy when it's really not, you know. So I'm gonna post pretty much everything like as it is, like as I'm working on it. I'm not gonna try to cut like any part of the clips at all, because I just want to make it as realistic as possible. Like I said, like I haven't really been working on cars for too long, I guess, like professionally or whatever. So yeah, I'm just gonna do it straight up as it is and show you guys what it's like. So yeah, that pretty much sums up the video for today. All right, thanks for watching, guys. We'll keep in touch on Instagram or the comments here on YouTube or whatnot. So all right, thanks for watching, guys. See you guys soon.